All right, this is our new Wednesday night Super Nintendo classic, Final Fantasy II, as it was known on the North American release, but it is actually Final Fantasy IV. This is what we're going to be doing for our new Super Nintendo classics. This is the one. This is the first Final Fantasy I ever played, and what an intro. I love the beginning of this game. Very, very memorable and iconic. The Red Wings. We are Cecil of the Kingdom of Baron. Captain Cecil, we are about to arrive. Good. Why are we robbing crystals from innocent people? That's our duty. Do we really have to keep doing this? This is the men talking amongst themselves. Cecil's concerned as well. We're all concerned. Why did we have to come and just do this right here? Give us the crystal of water. What have we done? The crystal or your life. Never! Then take the crystal by force. Ah! No, don't. Dare to defy us? Arrgh! My, alright, take the crystal. You should have said it earlier. Oh, the translation, my man. This is another Woosley translation. Why is the King of Baron doing this? Why do you pursue the crystal so eagerly? We take pride in being members of the Red Wings. Looting is out of the question. Stop it. Captain, we can't stand doing this anymore. Listen. Possessing the crystals is an essential factor for our prosperity. Moreover, His Majesty judged that the Mysidians know too much about the secret of the crystals. We are the Red Wings, the Air Force of Kingdom of Baron. The royal command is absolute. Captain! Monsters! Take up fighting positions. And these battles right here are auto battles. The game will take control and just fight the monsters themselves. And somehow Cecil has some bombs here. He's got a fire bomb. Ouch! You okay? More coming! Watch out! And he's got a thunder bomb. Lightning bolt, I guess. So in the opening intro, I'm guessing those are items because, well, we'll see later, but Cecil can't use magic. Everyone okay? Yes, sir. But there are too many monsters these days. Too many agreed. What's happening? We are over Baron. Make a landing. Bum, 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 bum. And I'll say right now that the 3D redo of this they did for the Nintendo DS, which you can now get on Steam, is absolutely worth it. I enjoy it, at least. I've heard a lot of people say they don't like it, but I love it. Oh, Cecil, it is the crystal of water, but the Mysidians were so helpless. What are you trying to say? This way, Cecil. What? Yeah, I love the 3D remake they did for the Nintendo DS. I thought it was fantastic. It's very hard though. It's much harder than this game, the original, which is weird because usually when they do modern remakes, they make them easier. Please wait here. There's the king. Your Majesty, I'm afraid Cecil has developed quite a rebellious air. Truly? Well done, Bagan. We must do something. Call him in. Yes, Your Majesty. Cecil, His Majesty summons you. Please come in. We thank you for successfully completing the mission. Now, where is it? Here, my liege. Hand over the crystal. Should be like handed over the crystal, because that wasn't anybody talking. That was just saying what was happening. Real crystal. Good, Cecil. You may leave now. Your Majesty. I love that. This is the Final Fantasy game where they really got into the character-driven stories and kind of stayed there to present day. And this is where they really started getting kind of good at the emotes too. I mean, they didn't really start getting good at that till the next game on Final Fantasy V, but this is where it kind of started. The little Twitch turnaround they both did. I love it. What is it? We do not understand the meaning of taking crystals away from honest people. Disobeying me? No, I don't. We do know your discontent, Cecil. If you could not trust me, I could no longer place the Red Wings in your command. You are dismissed from your post. Your Majesty! Go and hunt the summoned monsters of the Misty Valley and take this package to the Mist Village. You may depart tomorrow morning. Your Majesty! Cecil didn't... If you're concerned about Cecil that much, go with him, Kain. Your Majesty! If somebody says Your Majesty one more time, now leave with the package. Your Majesty! Yeah, this game and the repetitive people calling out people's name is very hilarious. You will see a pattern. Sorry, Kain. Don't worry, he'll put you back in command of the Red Wings after this mission. But, never mind. Go back to your room and take a rest. Walk in all directions using the control pad, and talk to every person you meet using the A button. Thanks for the fourth wall break there, Kain. That was very handy. You must be careful not to miss anything, but miss what they say. An unexpected person may give you the information. They may give you information, not the information, but they may give you the information. Alright. So, yep, like any Final Fantasy, walk around and talk to NPCs. It's very handy. I have faith in His Majesty. I feel something strange about the king lately. And we're stuck walking this speed for the entire game, which is something they would fix in the next game with a thief ability. But in this game, this is the speed you walk no matter what you do, no matter where you go. The Mist Valley is in the northwest. If our Dragoon Kain and Cecil of the Red Wings joined forces, there would be no match. Thank you, guys. What's wrong? Sorry, Kain. Oh, stop that. I mastered the Dark Sword as commanded by His Majesty, but it was defended and not to rob. Do not blame yourself. His Majesty must have his own reason. Yeah, but what is that reason? I'm sure he does have his own reason, but is it a good one? If the king hears people talk about him like this, he'll be angry. Treasure your life. Well, that dude's like, treasure your life. Oh, is that a threat? What? Heard you brought back the crystal of water from Acidia. I wasn't sleeping. Take the treasure in the room to switch on the wall there. So, treasure! All useful things. Some GPs, some items. And in this game, potions are just called Cure 1, Cure 2, Cure 3, not Potion, High Potion, X Potion, or anything like that. That's what you get. At least in the American translation. The treasure of Baron is stored here. No one is allowed. I found a good place to goof off and take a nap. Oops, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, please don't tell our boss. Did you see our boss sit anywhere? No, not yet. Off limits. And like every good Final Fantasy, there is a character named Cid. I love the Cid in this game, by the way. This is definitely one of my favorite Cids. Of all the Cids. Cecil! You are not hurt? I was so anxious. We are not hurt. How could we be? The wizards didn't even raise their hands. Cecil! Can I see you later? Yeah, later. Hey, Cid! Or hey, Cecil, I'm Cid. There's Cid. The Cid of Final Fantasy IV? Yep. How's my airship doing? What's wrong? I was... What? Who's gonna command the Red Wings then? I'm not sure what the king is thinking. He ordered me to make an airship, but I don't want it to be used as a weapon. Now, too late there, buddy. Well, I gotta go home. I've been working all night. My daughter is worried about me. I've changed the sheets. Leaving early tomorrow morning, sir. Good night. Thank you, whoever you are. Maid, room attendant, cleaning lady, I guess, of the castle. What happened to His Majesty, the Crystal of Mysidia? Do we really have to snatch it from the peace-loving people? Never again, even if ordered. But yet, you're doing this thing he just ordered you to do. But okay. Cecil! What's wrong? You're not quite yourself lately. Nothing. Then, please don't look away. In Mysidia, we had to rob from innocent people. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm just a dark knight with no courage to disobey His Majesty. The real Cecil I know would never whimper like this. You are going to miss tomorrow, right? If anything should happen to you. Don't worry, Kane is coming too. It's late. Go back to your room. Take care. Thanks, Rosa. Still, I'm just a Dark Knight. Also, the music in this game is fantastic. I would not list it as my favorite Final Fantasy music, but it is very nostalgic and definitely Final Fantasy, and pretty much where I think Uematsu started to kind of hit his stride, right? To me, from this game to 5 to 6, the music just got better and better and better. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are absolute peak Uematsu. So this is where he really got. This is where first Final Fantasy I ever played. So it was my first experience with the Final Fantasy music and Nobuo Uematsu and his greatness. So it does hold a special place in my heart, this soundtrack. And it's just very classic. And a lot of the themes you hear reused in modern Final Fantasies, this was one of the first ones where they started the classic music. Let's go, Cecil. Outside the castle is the city of Baron. Let's gather information and equipment in the city. Sure thing. This theme right here is now like reused in every Final Fantasy game. I believe this was the first Final Fantasy game where it really appeared in its entirety like this. This theme may be reused from the previous 3 games, I'm not sure, but this is the first one I'm aware of it being in. Thus, the Dark Knight Cecil was expelled from his command as the captain of the Red Wings. and he and Dragoon Kane left Baron for the village, Mist in a valley, enclosed in deep fog. Airships had been a dream of many people. After the realization of the dream came greed and ambition. Slowly scrolling text through its fleet of airships, Baron became the most powerful nation. But why is Baron seeking the crystals? Why do the monsters keep increasing? Find out next time on Find Out here as we play. This is not that long of a Final Fantasy game, so we'll be able to get through a lot of it. The crystal was shedding its light silently. And since we started late today because of technical problems that are now fixed, it looks like our internet speed is back to where it should be. We will go a little later tonight too and try to get as far into this game as we can tonight. Alright, so like every Final Fantasy game of this era, you hit the X button, you can save. We'll go ahead and just save over that play. And turn the battle speed all the way up, message speed all the way up. We can manipulate the window color. What color we're going to go for? So we don't want it to be too bright or we won't be able to read the words. What about? Let's go with red, maybe. I like a red back. I like the blue background. I like the red background. Maybe purple. Or maybe like an indigo. That looks pretty good. It's similar to the default color, but a little softer blue with a little, almost like a purple. Like I'd call it like the indigo, right? I like it. So yeah, that's the deep blue of the original screen, and then there's the purplish. So we'll go with that. We'll go with the indigo color. And we're in the city of Baron, and there are items and treasure and pots, as well as treasure chests, like every good Final Fantasy. This is the training room for you warriors. We teach you how to advance in your adventure. You'd better listen to the instructions, or you may not go far. We don't really need the training room, but I will show it off real quick. Yeah, they will tell you about battles and whatnot, how everything works. This guy here is Namingway. And you can change any character's name here with Namingway. Or at any of the training rooms across the world. Just about every city has a training room in this game. So if you ever want to change your name of your characters, go to the training room, talk to Namingway, change your name. This is the Serpent Road that leads to Mysidia, but now Mysidia has sealed the road. I'd say so. Let's go. That sound effect. It has been sealed at Mysidia's end. Up here is Cid's house. This is where Cid lives. He's sleeping, as you can see. I think this is his daughter, right? More all-night work. He still feels young. Town folks speak ill of soldiers and the king. My father often quarrels with them for that. So yeah, we already see that Cid's pretty loyal to the king. But everybody's kind of questioning the king's changed. Something's going on. He's not the same as he used to be, right? It's the new engine. Why is the king training the soldiers how to use the sword of Darkside? That's perfect English there. Nothing was wrong with that sentence. Let's go into the weapon. Whoa! It's locked. The weapon store right now is locked in Baron for whatever reason. reason. We'll have to unlock that later in the game. Don't go to Mist. It will be awful, I can tell. Translations. What's this kid doing up here? Wow! The Dark Knight, a bit scary, but cool. Oh, the Dark Knight, want to see something? And you'll find these dancers throughout the world who all do a different dance if you talk to them. There she goes. Alright. We go down the waterfall. Find some secret hidden area for some secret hidden treasure. Found a tent. And what else? I know there's another one. Another tent. A tent and a tent. Now in different versions of this game, those aren't tents. Something about the different versions of this game is the item pickups you find along the way may be changed. There may be items that are added into the game or changed into the game, but were taken out of the original game. The North American version of this game is quite a bit different than the Japanese version, so there are a lot of differences. That door at the west building in the town. It's the underpass to the Castle Baron. Underpass, you say. A secret? Secret, you say. I do like it how, though, we're going on this mission for the king, right? He asked us to go take a package to the Mist Village, even though we don't trust him. And Cecil was like, never again. Okay, I'll take the package, even if ordered. Found an ether. This is Rose's mother, okay. The king's become dreadful. I heard you did an awful thing in Mysidia. Don't drag Rosa into trouble, I beg you. All right, Rose's mom. Ouch. Yeah, if you go up to the fire and hit A, you get the ouch. I guess Cecil touched the fire. Not very smart, Cecil. All right. So, the first time you play the game, you probably won't notice, but there is a chocobo forest right here. We're going to go ahead, get said chocobo forest. The white chocobo here will restore your MP. We don't have any characters that can use magic right now. But I'll go up to the white chocobo and talk to him. MP, the yellow chocobos, well, they do what chocobos do. You can ride them! And chocobos can cross little streams like this on their feet. They don't need the little bridges. It'd have been interesting if the game would have not put those bridges there and made you have to get a chocobo to cross the stream. I think that would have been better. I almost think that would have been better. Like, just trap you in this area until you wander into this forest and find the chocobos, or even have an NPC in town and say, like, there's a forest in the shape of a circle where you can get a chocobo. That's how you cross the river. I think that would have been cool, but they didn't do that. You could just walk all the way to the area we need to go to. Baron Falls here. Check it out. It's a waterfall. A giant one at that. Alright, and we get off our chocobo, and we've come to the cave. We need to go through this cave, and on the other side will be the City of Mist. The Misty Cave. We got moths and moth larvae. Oh no. Sand moths at that. Kane's a dragoon, so of course he can jump. Jump command works the same as it does in every other Final Fantasy that has a dragoon that can jump. We'll go ahead and show it off by having him take flight. It seems a little bit slow in this game, but there. And I say that and then he does it quickly. Sometimes he stays up for more than a turn. I do have the battle speed turned up, but it almost seems, I don't know exactly how it works, but it almost seems random how long he stays up Sometimes he seems to stay up for a long time, sometimes he comes right back down. We got some imps or goblins. It's the traditional goblin design, but they're called imps in this translation. I think they are called goblins in some other translations I've seen. Some other versions of this game, but this is the original Super Nintendo North American release, so they're called imps. Go back! Who is it? Who is it? More items. More curative items. The awesome thing about this game is they seem to have struck a balance to where you don't really have to grind too much ever in this game. You can pretty much just walk through it and not have to, like, I mean, sort of. It's not like there's zero grinding, but if you explore the world and look for things and treasures at certain parts of the game, you'll fight enough battles that you won't have to grind. As long as you don't just run straight from boss to boss, you will get enough battles in between to level up enough to beat said bosses. At least in the North American release. Then the Japanese release may have been a bit more grindy. I don't know, I've never played it. But I do hear that the PlayStation 1 release of this game was similar to the Japanese release, and it's not any more grindy, really. There are a few random enemies that I find a little harder in that version of the game, but nothing insane. Like, I really like the difficulty level of this game. It doesn't hold your hand, and it's not super easy, but then again, it's not exactly super hard either. The first time you play the game, there are going to be some bosses that absolutely kick your butt, especially when you're young. If you're really young, if you're really, new to RPGs, you're probably going to get your butt kicked here and there in this game. But it's nothing that you can't overcome by just thinking, oh, if I do this or that, or come up with a new strategy, I can beat this boss. Or if I figure out the gimmick. Some bosses are gimmicky, But yeah, I think this Final Fantasy has a pretty darn good, it's pretty well balanced in the difficulty. I beat this game when the first time I played it. I mean, it took me a while. There were some bosses that gave me trouble. But, how old was I? 5th grade? I think I was in 4th grade or 5th grade when I first played this game. When it first came out. And, yeah, like I said, it was my first Final Fantasy, and I love this game so much. So much nostalgia. Leave now! Isn't it a monster? This not only was one from Baron. Who are you? Return now and I will not harm you. Show up! Do you still wish to go on? Nah, we'll leave. You can actually say no and just walk away, but we do have to go on. But I was going to say, not only was this my first Final Fantasy, it was my first RPG or JRPG of any type too, so yeah, we want to say yes this time. We must deliver this package to the Village of Mist. Then I must. The mist is gathering. The D-Mist. The D stands for dragon, by the way, if you can't tell from the character sprite. From the enemy sprite. And this is our tutorial boss of the game. And it's going to teach you that some bosses are gimmicky and have, certain phases to the fight. Which does hold true for the rest of the game, although none of the other bosses are similar to this one. This one has its own little gimmick. And defend is called parry in this game for whatever reason. Something only this Final Fantasy has. Probably only this translation of Final Fantasy 4 too. Now get ready to fight! We'll fight with Cecil and we'll jump with Kane. And before too long, this battle should be over. This boss is a give me tutorial boss unless you fight while it's turned to mist. Then it'll actually use a attack that will do some not great damage, but actually do some damage. The physical attacks just don't do much damage to this thing. So I like to turn the battle speed all the way up on this game. Not only do the battles go quicker, but it also makes the game more difficult. The faster the battle speed, the harder the game is. Pretty much true for all the classic Final Fantasies. And this was the first Final Fantasy that was not exactly turn-based. There is actually an ATB, an active time battle system. Even though you cannot see the gauges filling up in this game, that is how the game runs. Each character gets their turn when their turn gauge fills up. And all the Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 all were turn-based, like completely turn-based. Like each character gets its turn, the enemy gets its turn, and you get however many turns based on whatever stat that gives you turns. Well, in this game, you have an agility stat or speed stat, and it just controls how fast your meter fills up, and so do the enemies in this game. So there's no more turn-based. It's active time battle. This was the first Final Fantasy with active time battle, which they stuck with until Final Fantasy X when they went back to turn-based. And Final Fantasy X, to me, is still the best turn-based battle I've ever played. I love the battle system in 10. We're playing the Legend of Hero Trails of Cold Steel on Tuesdays, and it's true turn-based battle as well, and I like it. Also very good turn-based. I put it right up there with very close to 10 and how good the turn-based battle is. What? We've brought this package to burn the village? Why? Mommy! Mammy! Who's that? My mom's dragon fell, so my mom did too. I've heard of the people with the power to summon monsters. They are callers. This translation is very, I look back very fondly on this translation because it's so bad. But callers instead of summoners. My mom fell. Your mom fell? She tripped? You mean she tripped and fell on the ground? They were trying to make it more PG, I guess. And it's supposed to be my mom died, obviously. But whatever. We defeated the dragon, so her mother is gone also. Just like Cecil's saying here, her mother is gone. No, not her mother is dead. She's dead. She died. They won't use the word dead, died, or anything like that in this game. Translations have been changed for localization in North America to make it not so, I don't know whatever they were thinking back in the 90s. You've eaten my mother's dragon. We didn't mean to do this to your mother. His Majesty wanted to wipe out the callers of this village and used us to do it. Incredible! I'm afraid we must do away with her too. Kain, she's just a kid. Jeez, Kain getting dark here. You dare to renounce your loyalty to His Majesty? Forget it. Never again will I follow such an order. Well, Cecil, I do say so. I won't let you do it alone. Kain, I owe His Majesty much. Still, I cannot disgrace the Dragoons. Then will you? But Baron is the mightiest country in the world. It's impossible for us to challenge his might. No. We must gather other countries. And we must rescue Rosa. Thank you, Kain. Not for your sake. Let's get out of here fast. What about that girl? We can't leave her alone. Listen, it's dangerous here. Come with us, okay? No! Let's take her. No, go away! Wait, please. Go away, I hit you all! We're battling a little girl. Oh, great. Oh, she's a summoner, though! Titan. She kicked our butts. Not only that, she rearranged the face of this mountain, too. So, at some point, I really want to play we'll play the 3D remake for the DS. I have it downloaded for Steam. So we will play the 3D remake at some point in time. It is very, very good in my opinion. I've heard other people say they hate it, but I don't understand the hate for it. Oh, she is all right. Kain. I really like it. It's got voice acting too, which is really cool. Kain! And these scenes oh, wow. scrolled through that so fast I couldn't read it. But anyways, I think he says something like, I can't just stand here. I've grabbed the girl and got to get her help. We're going to find a town or something like that. But yeah, I like the voice acting. I like the way the graphics look. I like the battles. They're really fun. And I don't want to say I like the fact that it's harder, but I kind of do like the fact that it's harder. It's almost like playing a difficulty mod of the game. It's that much harder. She must rest. Which really surprised me the first time I played the 3D remake, because in the time when they made it and currently modern times, when they make a remake of the game, they rarely make it harder. It's either just as the same difficulty or easier. So the fact that they did a 3D remake of this game for the Nintendo DS and made it harder is a pretty interesting thing, is it not? Welcome. Oh, take her to the room. Hurry up. Money? No, that's okay. Go ahead. Thank you. The first time I played the 3D remake on the DS, I had a friend who had a DS and he let me borrow it because he knew I was a big Final Fantasy fan. You okay? I haven't heard your name. I know I have done an awful thing. I can't ask for your forgiveness, but at least let me protect you, please. So yeah, I had a friend that let me borrow his Nintendo DS because he had one, because he knew I was a big Final Fantasy fan, and he had this game on, the 3D remake on it, and I played it, and I loved it so much. And I was really surprised by how hard it was. There were a few boss fights that absolutely took me a while, to beat. Like, I had several tries to beat. I finally found you, Cecil. Wait! His Majesty decided that the Callers of the Mist are too dangerous to be left alive. What? Hand her over! No! Okay, so now in this fight here, you can actually take out the officer back here if you kill him before you kill these guys. But if you kill him, if you wait to take him out till last, he will just run away. And really, it's not worth it. He does give you quite a bit of experience in gold, but so you can get it down to one soldier here. Now I can fight this guy and take him out, but it takes a while. He's got quite a bit of HP. I forget exactly how much, but it's a lot. For this point in the game, at least, it's a lot. See if I can take him out before I die. Just to do it. It's not really worth it. It takes too long. I mean, I guess I can use some of my items to heal if I have to. Oh, miss. Don't miss, Cecil. Cecil, don't miss. Don't miss, Cecil. Cecil, don't miss. Don't miss, Cecil. Cecil, don't miss. So if you were to kill this other soldier, like I said, the officer just runs away like a coward. But if you take him out before you take out the last soldier, you can actually kill him and get more experience and gold. Cecil, you can't be missing Cecil. Oh my goodness. Well, let's use your potion. Cecil, seriously. What is up with all the missing? Oh my goodness. Come on, Cecil, get a crit. Get a crit. 30. So as you can see, my damage rolls are pretty much varying from 13 to 30, which is a pretty wide range. 12. Oops, I messed up. My controller, I put in the input and it didn't listen to me. Unless this is the last hit, he's gonna recede and then he'll retreat. So we spent all that time trying to get. You can kill him though. That's the thing, is you can. And you will get quite a bit more experience if you do. But it's not worth it. We don't need the experience. Did you get in trouble? I'm sorry. It's for me to apologize. Well, I know you can't forgive me, but you protected me. I'm Rydia. Summoner. Caller is such a weird title for summoner. I mean, there's summoners. Summoner Rydia joined. In other translations, it is called Summoner, not Caller. I think this is the only translation I've ever seen of this game that it says Caller. Alright, so we're done sleeping and it's time to move along. If you go all the way down to the bottom, you get a sort button. For some reason, the sort is at the bottom and not the top. Don't know why, but it is the way it is. I mean, you can move the sort button. Watch. If you do this, you can put the sort button up here. See? But it's kind of cool that they at least did that. They let you choose where you want the sort button. We can put it up here at the top, so we could just come in here and hit sort, and it'll sort for us like that. Yeah, it's better at the top. We'll leave the trash can down at the bottom. Rarely ever going to throw anything away. You could just sell it instead of throwing it away. Even if it's not worth much, it's still worth something. Tella has brought up his daughter Anna alone, but Anna ran away. To explore the rest of this inn. Kaipo's special refreshment for dessert parched throats. Who are you? I'm on my way to Fabul, but a strange old man is denying the way to the Watery Pass. Only the Damsian royalty can enter the cave Antlion to the east of Damsian. Alright. Welcome! We have a few customers these days because of the monsters. And she doesn't offer me a drink. She's just like, yeah, we don't have very many customers. I don't want you as a customer though. Why would I want you? Underground waterway is northeast of Kaipo, but 8 big sea snakes are blocking the way. Oh, sounds intimidating. More on that in a minute. Anna fell in love with a man, but Tella didn't allow her to see him, so they ran away. Alright. So, there we go. We want Rydia to be in the back row. As you can see, she's level 1. She only's got 30 HP. She is equipped with a rod, a cap, a leather. It's just a leather. And an iron ring. A leather what? A leather tunic? And Cecil's got his full Dark Knight set there, the shadow stuff. So yeah, there's nothing really at the armor shop we can get right now to improve ourselves anymore than we already are. So let's check out and see what's in here. What does this lady say? A girl from Baron was kept from falling down. She was kept from falling down. This game and it's euphemisms. I'm telling you. She kept calling a name. Do you know Cecil? What? A girl from Baron. It's Rosa! 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 Cecil! Rosa! Cecil! Cecil! Don't leave me, Cecil! Oh, that's it? I thought there was more. It's just, don't leave me, Cecil. Okay, we talked to this guy. We need Sand Ruby to cure the fever, but it is in the lair of the monster called Antlion. So keep that in mind. Eventually, we're going to have to get some Sand Ruby in the Antlion cave. Fetch quest, fast quest. But it's a good fetch quest with a good cause to heal Rosa. I think this is the trading room, is it not? Yeah. So yeah, even little towns like this have a trading room. The Damsian Desert. Alright. And this may be the most grindy point in the game because we want to get Rydia to a level where she's not just going to die immediately. She has no magic, no nothing. Put her in the back row, have her defend for now, and Cecil will do all the fighting. But as she levels up, you can see there's quite a bit of magic. She can summon a Chocobo already. And it has no white or black magic yet, but she will be getting some. She's an all-around mage, not just a summoner. She has white magic, black magic, summoning magic. She's just the magic boss. But we want her to survive so she can get a level, right? Powder? Get your powder out of here. Now, because she's at such a low level, when you do win a fight, she's going to level up more than just one level. Right? Rydia gained a level. Earned Ice 1. Rydia gained a level. Learned Cure 1. 2 levels in one match. Pretty good. So, what you can do is win a match, and she's still got 11, only got 11 HP left, and she's blinded by that powder. Come back and stay at the end, because the end is pretty cheap in this area. If I do remember, it's really cheap, if I remember correctly. 50 gil, or GP, gil points, gold points, good night, whatever you want to call it. Let's go! I love Cecil's enthusiasm. So let's take a look at Rydia's magic here. So we got Cure 1, Ice 1, and Chocobo Summon. So with a cheap night stay at this place, we can grind out a few levels for Rydia here. It's probably good to go ahead and do that so she doesn't die so easily. Mainly we're wanting, it's nice to have some magic from her, of course, but mainly we want her just to have some more HP to survive. Be able to take a hit and not, be half dead from one hit. Use that ice. Get powdered. Rydia gained a level, learned Sight. So Rydia is going to be gaining a level just about every battle we face. She's up to level 4 now. Probably want her up to about level, I'd say 5 or 6 before you continue forward, and she'll continue to gain those levels too. Probably level 5 is good enough. Actually, level 4 might even be good enough, to be honest. And Sight cures the blind status in this game. And as you can see, the moths there use that one ability that can blind you. Let's go! Let's go, Cecil. Cecil, 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 Cecil. You say Cecil, I say Cecil. I've always said Cecil, though. I don't think there's any right way. It's like potato. Cecil, Cecil, whatever. Some new enemies here. Got Sandmans and Sandpede. Just cast ice on him. Couple ice spells and he's done. Cecil gained a level, right? Watery Pass to the south. A cave to explore. And this cave's quite a bit bigger than the first cave we went through. The first cave we went through was just one room. This one is multiple rooms. So there we got a hill, which a hill is like a Suna. It's kind of interesting in this game that they just gave a blanket heal. So hills are really powerful for how cheap they are. Like the store, they can be bought for pretty cheap. And they heal any status element. Just the one item heals all status elements, which is quite nice. We got Cure, which is like a potion, and Ethers, well, they're Ethers. Like Ethers in every Final Fantasy game. They restore magic, and then we got 6 tenths too, which is nice. We have fish out of water! Why are the fish attacking us out of the water? These pike. But they're easy enough. They don't do too much damage. Although Rydia doesn't have a lot of life to begin with. And they're only doing 1 damage to Cecil. Okay. Let's go. It takes 2 hits from either character to take these guys out. Just the way it is. Oh, actually, Rydia couldn't even take that guy out with 2 hits. Now he's done. Relearn lightning. All right, or lit. It's so lit, man. It's so lit. And as you can imagine, these enemies here are weak to lightning. We'll target them all. Why not? Right now, our magic power is not the greatest, but she can still do a little bit of damage. She's out of magic. Well, parry. Out of MP. Fight. Do 5 damage. From the back row, I guess that's not too bad for her. Using a rod. Rydia gained another level. I wish she gained MP. I wish she got MP back for gaining a level. But we'll still continue even without her having MP. Battles will just be a little tougher with just Cecil being able to fight. This fight's kind of like the one with the soldier in the back. If you want to kill that thing in the back, you pretty much have to kill it immediately before you kill the other things. And it's weak to lightning, so I would use lightning spell, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. You will get quite a bit of experience for actually killing the water bug, though, but it will run away eventually. It's the elusive water bug. Retreat! Yeah, it doesn't even wait for you to kill the other monsters to run away. It just runs away whenever it feels like it. These creepy evil shells with their sharp teeth and long creepy tongue. Sprite work in this game is very good too. This, of course, was the first Final Fantasy for Super Nintendo. The first 3 Final Fantasies all came out for, well, 1 came out in North America, Final Fantasy 1, and Final Fantasy 2 and 3 only came out in Japan, so there you go. What? You wield the dark sword? Help me, I beg you. What? Oh, wicked bard tricked my daughter into running away in an Amcian, and I sense evil in that direction of Amcian. You must be the sage Tella. I am Tella. I'm going to Amcian to get my daughter who eloped. But a huge monster is blocking the way. My magic is not strong enough to defeat it. Your dark sword might help. And this girl is a caller. She is quite gifted, I sense. We are also on our way to Amcian. Good. Let us work together to get to Amcian. Let's hurry! Sage Tella joins the party. So if you come here and talk to him before you talk to Rosa, he won't let you through. He's just said, he's like, no. Go away. I'm blocking the path. I don't know, whatever reason he's blocking the path. But he doesn't come equipped with much. He has a staff. He has leather. He has nothing else. Rydia was more prepared for battle than he was. But, yeah, oh well. So Tella is a pretty strong character. He has white and black magic. Just like Rydia. There's a treasure chest there. There's some more treasure chests if we keep going. Yep. Get all the treasure. Tella bringing the thunder. So when that water bug does the riveting thing, it heals itself. It's probably just going to run away. We'll try to kill it here. See if Tella single target lightning's enough. Ah, we got it. So that's good. Rydia gained a level. Get a little more experience for killing it. And a heal. Nice. And an iron ring to equip on Tella. Give it a little more defense. So you see these icons here. Of course, the sword, of course, is attack power. The shield is defense, and what you would call that, the black dot with the white X on it, cross on it, is magic defense. So yeah, I don't know why that symbol is the way it is or what it's all about, but that's it. In some dungeons inside, you can go inside waterfalls, like in this one. And there's more treasure, an elixir to cure 2, and 1,000 gold, which is nice. Yeah, there's nothing over there. Cast some lightning, Tella. Bring in the thunder. Bring in the pain. Zombies. Now you'll notice Cecil has this dark sword that does no damage to zombies, but fire and cure will do damage to these guys. So fire away. However, Rydia does not have any magic, so we can't, not much we can do. I didn't mean to single target that, but one single target fire will take one of these guys out in one shot. Or you have to do a couple fires. And even Sage Tella here does not have a ton of magic points. So we're gonna need to get to a spot where we can rest in a tent and regain our magic and health. Kaboom! Rydia gained a level and learned sleep. Does this waterfall have anything? No. Nothing in that waterfall. There is some treasure right here, though. And yes, there is a save point in this dungeon. We just gotta get to it so we can rest up and get our magic back and make Rydia useful again. Thing gonna run away. I guess we'll throw some lightning its way. Lightning! Goodbye! Cecil gained a level. The encounter rate right now, wow. Cave toads, get out of here! I believe the toads are weak to ice, if my memory serves correctly. They're also weak to Cecil's sword in their face. Yep, ice will do it. And we're almost to our save point. More cave toads. Goodbye, cave toads. Ether? Righto. We could use an ether on Rydia, but we're almost to the save point anyway, so we'll just save our ether for a rainy day. Rydia is gaining all kinds of levels, which is good. She'll actually have a decent amount of HP by now. She should probably be around 100, which is good. Let's take rest here. A special field here will protect us from monsters. We can use our tent or a cabin and even save. Let's rest now and be prepared for the coming battle in my tent. Oh, they're not in a tent though. They set the save point on fire. Fast asleep. She must have been very tired. You said she was a caller of the mist. She seems very gifted as a magic user. With proper training, she will be able to wield the magic other than the calling monsters. How sweet, just like Anna's childhood. Anna is your only daughter. She ran away to Damcyan with a bard because I did not consent to their marriage. What do you want to go to Damcyan for? My friend is suffering from a terrible fever in Kaipo. So you need the sand ruby. So you, too, are in a hurry. What is the monster of this cavern? It's a horrifying monster with 8 huge tentacles. We must defeat it first to save Anna and your friend. Let's go. So, yeah, you get a free heal there. You don't even have to use one of your tents. Just let you heal for free. Let's save, and that will be it for the first video of this one. We'll be back in the next one. See you in just a minute, YouTube.